Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Cigar Sundays Live. Happy New Year's to everyone. We hope everyone's New Year was a blast, safe, positive, productive, and peaceful. Tonight's Cigarden Panel discussion will be about the word revenge. In American culture, some say it's a dish best served sweet, cold, or just served up. I don't know. Sometimes it may be a little bit too petty. It might be petty. Some people might be Patty Ruxpin with the revenge. Who knows? But we want to find out whether it's bad, good, or misunderstood. I am Chef Earl Pearl at DB Chef TV, always with the illustrious Cigarden Panel with the God Ali Dawu L and BK Soul Farm, and I am JAZZGARCELLE. Peace, God.
Praise God, yo, happy New Year, fam.
Happy New Year.
They say it's 2025, don't they? So we
They
gotta.
say it is.
They say it is, right? They say it's the new year, right? Like even though it's still winter time,
I
right?
don't
Like
I
new
don't
stuff
know.
happens in spring, but whatever, right? Like they control the clock, so we gotta, either come up with our own and tell our own time or follow the leader.
Follow the leader. The Christians won the war.
Yo, they kind of did, like it's called the Crusades, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of happened.
The Christians won the war. Like if it's no secret by now, then you know 2025. We
20,
we made it. You
we
know,
made
that's
it.
what they say it is. We're gonna live it like it's that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
but like you said, God, nobody knows.
We just don't. Yo, bro, cause like you got like they had like lunar calendars, like they had different calendars. You had cats that was using mixed sun and lunar calendars, but then you had the Gregorian, then you had the like man, you got like a bunch of different calendars, and it's like whoever and like and those other calendars was like regional, like only those people was using that for their own business. Like they didn't even care about nobody else.
Right.
So it was like, like to say whose time whose time is it to tell? It's my time. That's what I say, right?
It's
Eh,
my time.
so we
Yeah.
worried about right now, right? We worried about right now and what we can do, and that's what's important, right? Because whatever they say it is, kind of don't matter. Like what you willing to do is the only thing that is important.
That's peace, God. We worried about right now what we can do for tomorrow. For real.
That's facts.
Yes, indeed. So right now, we want
Revenge.
we on revenge. We want to thank y'all for joining in. Make sure to like and share the video. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. Also, this is the last day, y'all. We got 25% off at the gift shop. Head
Mm.
on over to www.dbcheftv.com. Hit the gift shop link and grab something to bring in the New Year's right. Get dipped in fresh drip for the new year. And we appreciate y'all. Also, don't forget to check out the other links in the description with at I am Jazz Garcelle, her merch, and also check out everything that BK Soul Farm has from literature to apparel to you name it. Don't forget it. Household, they got Corningware. They got Corningware. Do people even know what that is? That's forks and knives and shit, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and get some of that good stuff. And and yeah, family, tonight, y'all, we talking about revenge.
Revenge. Yo, so I don't know what I think about the word revenge, to be honest with you. Like I don't think I've thought about it that much, to be honest. Like which might sound strange to be a African American, quote unquote foundational Black American. Uh, Revenge, like sound like something I should be thinking about all the time, right? Sound like something should just fall off the tongue. But to be honest, like it sounds like a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? What you say?
Yeah,
What you say? You say petty. You say petty Ruxpin.
petty. Yeah, pettiness is revenge too. No, we gonna talk about it.
Oh my,
So
that's like that tit for tat stuff, right? Like,
that's revenge.
so if your girl do this and you do that, like that's revenge. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Okay, let's talk about
revenge.
it.
Revenge. If I
Got it.
if you made me do that is an excuse.
If you made me do that. Oh, okay. I got you.
If you made me do that is a valid excuse in amongst American culture, you know what I'm saying? That somebody's supposed to be forgiven for that shit. You know, then
is that
hey,
is that how with revenge you get forgiven afterwards? Like
hey,
because it was okay?
if you wouldn't have did what you did, I wouldn't have did what I did, right? So
That sounds like self defense.
I don't know, is it? And that's what we are here to find out, y'all. You know,
I don't know
what we
what you
do
just
here.
said. Sound like self defense, God.
I don't know what we do here is what we gonna get into that because it might be self defense. I like that. Yeah. What we do here, if y'all new to the channel, is we look up a word, we define it, we analyze it, and we discuss it, and then we have three questions that we come up with, and that we shape our conversation around somewhat. So we're gonna go ahead and pull up these questions real quick and see what this evening's questions are. And our questions this evening will be for the word revenge. Question number one: have you ever plotted or been the target of revenge, and what was the outcome? Question two: is revenge ever justified, or does it just keep the cycle going? And our third and final question this evening will be: can seeking revenge lead to personal growth? So we're going to come back to our first question. God, you were saying revenge can be self defense. You mind expounding on that a little bit?
So using the I was basing that off the sentence that you gave. Like if you ain't do that to me, I wouldn't have did this to you. Is an excuse. Like that sound like you are the cause for this action, right? Had you not offended, I wouldn't needed to defend. Um, it's how I heard that. Like again, right? So if you ain't do that, I wouldn't have had to do this. If you ain't slapped me, I wouldn't have had to shoot you.
Yeah, it's the cause and effect.
To
You
me,
know,
don't sound like a revenge thing. Like that's sound.
you could have slapped back.
Yeah,
Martin Luther King said, "Turn the other cheek." I don't know if that meant to walk away or get smacked on the other
but
one,
they also
but
took a class though. They took lessons on how to get to there. Like, and that wasn't even easy. Like that was like they had to take lessons of getting spit on and smoke in their face. Like I ain't take no
I
class
mean,
on that.
I mean, I haven't taken a class on that either. Okay, that's very disrespectful.
I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not. I'm not with that.
that is, I don't know. Like that's why we wasn't born in that generation. Okay, because
Yeah,
things probably would have been a whole lot different. But
it, it'd have been up.
let's say that let's say that a person doesn't do that though, right? Then is there even a need to even think that? And and we know the answer to that
Mm.
because we've treated enough people with kindness
That's true.
and haven't received, you know, what we would perceive as some type of revenge, or something that was like, why would you do that? This is what was the reason for that? Was like where did we lose communication? Like where did the communication break down? What happened? What did I do? You know, like that you ain't feel like you could call me out or talk to me about, but yet you wanted to respond like that. You know, So I think we've had enough of those interactions, you know,
Eh,
to be able to
listening to
validate being able to speak on it.
and listening to you right now made it feel like I was given a pass, and giving a pass made me feel soft and weak. It made me feel vulnerable
Okay.
in what you were saying, right? Like, so here there's somebody offend, and they got a, even a, let's say they got a pattern of offending,
Ooh,
right?
a habitual offender. I know a couple of those. I know a habitual offender. I know a few of
Alright.
them. Yeah.
Like by giving that pass, right? Like, but if I oh yeah, you did that, I'm gonna go do this. And if I do a tit for tat, it'll almost keep you on the same. I don't like it personally. I don't like it, right? Because if you gotta force somebody to be on the same page with you, and to be your partner, I'm saying maybe they shouldn't be your partner. Maybe they don't want to be. But for those that need to feel that if you did this, if you went out last weekend and got tipsy and had fun with your girls, then I got the right to go out this weekend and get as tipsy with my homeboys as possible. And you can't say nothing.
Okay.
Feels better than to just let her go out, have a good time, and you not go out until you want to, right? Like you ain't going out just because she went out. You going out, but that makes sense what I'm saying. Like you
Yeah,
ain't
they do.
like that hurts. That giving that pass, make it like, did she have more fun last week? Like am I a sucker for not going out?
Did
Uh,
she have more fun? That's because
like these
what?
questions, like these questions are kind of corny, but they real.
Right, right. No, I get it. I get it. Yeah, because that could be the thing that stirs up the revenge. Is those insecurities
Correct.
and those questions that begin to go through the young man or the young lady or whoever the person is in that relationship,
Yeah.
the other person's head, you know, and yeah, and then they start to think those things, and then their actions start to, you know,
Reflect that is like, damn,
yeah,
downward spiral.
yeah, it's crazy like that. It's crazy like that. But that's why I see like that seems to me to be revenge, you know, where because it was purposeful intent, you know. So if I purposely go out to do it because you did it, and that's why I've heard that excuse where if you hadn't done this, then I wouldn't have done that. And
Which
I and I'm saying like that, like you don't have to respond like that. You
you
know,
don't at
it
all. But when you
it
say it like that, though, it sounds like self-defense when you say those words. Even though the circumstance that you saying it doesn't warrant self-defense, right? Because um, like those words sound like self-defense, but if you put those words in the context, like you lying, son. Like you making it up to make the scenario fit your desire, fit your need, right? Like it's not really had you did, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not.
or do we have it wrong because we assume the severity of the causative factor was not that did not warrant that response? Are we making a judgment on each individual? Because I know I am, and that's what we're doing. We making it as humans. We do this in American
Mm,
culture, right? So we make the judgment that
even though we say we don't judge, but we judge all the time,
all the time, right? We picking and choosing all the time. That's why it's the
all day
first
long.
episode, God. We came out with you picking and choosing. Everybody is. Just be honest about it, you
Please,
know, like that. I mean, and that is the first step to like consciousness, like being aware of your choices
yeah, and that you are doing them.
and that you are doing it, you know. So like, and that's accountability, not just consciousness, but accountability, self responsibility, you know, holding yourself accountable because you're thinking about what you're doing before you do it, man. Like you doing stuff with intentful, purposeful, premeditated, if they want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I'm saying people doing that too with the revenge. With if this if I wouldn't have done that, if you wouldn't have done that, is a valid excuse
Mm.
socially. It's something that a person could use looking to validate their actions and really expecting to be forgiven, you know, to continue to get back to the whatever it was that we
Get
had.
back to regular.
Get back to
That's what I'm
regular.
saying. Like it's crazy. Like we gonna do this thing to get back to even because now we're both on the same page. Like I don't trust you. Like here it is. Here it is. I know I can't trust you, and you know you can't trust me. So two people that don't trust each other or know that they can't trust each other is gonna walk down life together continuously. Like good luck.
Continue the fuckery. So when do this? Because what just happened is we both just accepted some bullshit.
You both just accepted some bullshit.
So what could happen is that no matter who's in this relationship, no matter how it's structured, you just accepted some bullshit, and then that means you're okay with it because you exemplified a way to resolve it and get through it that time.
You just so if it happens again, you just do it again.
So you just do it again until it becomes this is the norm.
Yep. You got yours. I got mine. Then we just poly, right? Like, and we can just stop lying and just be poly.
Well, I mean, but if it's a relationship, and from
I'm
that
just
perspective, if it's a
from that
relation, if it's
all
a
that tit for
relationship,
tat.
yeah. If it's a intimate relationship, then yeah, But I'm like, shit. What if it's not an intimate relationship? What if it's a family
Mm,
member? What if it's some shit where you loan a family member some money,
mm,
right? And then like you send them the money, but then and they good, they straight. And let's say you send it on like Cash App or something like that. So it costs to send the money.
mm,
Then they send it back to you, but they don't send the Cash App part, right? So they got theirs when they needed it, right? But then you ain't get yours back the way you gave it, right? And then you say something about it, you be honest about it, and you just like, hey, just give it back to me the way I gave it to you,
mm.
right?
Yeah,
But then when you see that person, they treat you real bad.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like then you see them, and they when you finally see the person, like everything works out for that. But it was just like they was mad at you because you questioned them about being fair. Like you needed it, that person gave. When you went to give it back, you should have gave it back to that person the same way. You know that they looked out for you in your time of need. So keep your whole word when you pay them back. But when they say, hey, but when they emphasize that part to preserve the relationship, so that way those two people can maintain that, can be like, so whoever is calling to ask to borrow, they can they can have the confidence that they can still keep that line of communication open, right? But then when that person who did that saw that person, they treated them bad. So like that's revenge. Like that's revenge. That's not nobody did anything bad to that person. You know, that was just somebody being salty because the person that helped them was right and wanted to keep helping them, but they wanted them to be respected. Like, hey, if you need it like that, then you should return it like that. That's all. And you could still get it. But then you do something negative, like when the person sees you, you treat them negatively. So, like on purpose.
Yeah.
That's
I
revenge, right?
yeah, nah, I agree. I was listening to you and it is right because something in that exchange it's almost like people expect for you to be Martin Luther King and take the slap in the face and take the abuse and know that you're taking it for the bigger picture. right? So if I gave you some bread on Cash App and it cost me some money to send it to you, and you sent it back to me on Zelle and you sent me the exact change minus the Cash App fees, the expectation is I sent you back what it is, so you shouldn't have no issues, right? Since you had the money in the first place, right?
So, it's already disrespectful. It's already disrespectful.
Already,
It's
it's
already
already
disrespectful, bro.
it's already disrespectful. Like, nah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying, right? Like the idea is you're supposed to take the slaps in the face, right? So the moment you say, "Yo, can I get my Cash App fees, or can I get the rest of the money? Can I get completely whole?" Or if you tell somebody that, "Yo, what you said or did hurt my feelings,"
Yeah. Can I get completely whole? That's it.
right? And they turn it around, and now it's more about how you came at them and asked them about their Cash App fees versus the fact that you even want your Cash App fees. So it's like now it's like you being whole is a problem. Like, oh my God, this guy, he's such an a-hole. He want all his money plus interest, like you charging interest. Right? You just
Yeah.
trying to get whole. But the fact that you coming back and you taking a smile away, right? Like they on their cloud, you know, I don't know, man. I just don't know how to say it. Like it's definitely some revenge stuff. Like it's just super corny. Um, and
That's
I ain't,
revenge.
and I ain't with
That's revenge. And you
it.
know,
I ain't with
that's
it.
revenge. You know, I see it as that. You know, some people say I may look at things too extreme, but I'm just like,
I get it though.
I'm not looking at that as extreme. You know, I look at like that's revenge. Like you did that on purpose. You didn't have to treat that person bad like that. And when you got in their company, next time you seen them, you know, like, well, that was unnecessary because I know from experience, from being communicated about that story, that it was a party environment where they seen that person at. So it's like it was supposed to be a happy environment. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they brought negativity to the environment. Like, damn, dog. Like,
That's terrible.
you know, all over a couple cash app dollars. Like
Yeah,
revenge,
yeah.
you know. It makes you think. It makes you think like, what if it's millions of dollars and shit like that? You know, like would a person just kill you?
Hmm.
Because they
You
don't
talking
want to pay you back. You know what I'm saying? Would they kill you because they don't want to pay you back? So I'm like, and
about
that's why
what?
I said, you know what? I suggest all people, man, it's just better to give. Like if you just gonna look out for somebody, man, just give
Yo,
to
but not for nothing, right? Like I think they would, because it would be easier to take you out than to pay you back, right? It would be easier to
them.
to
No, I'm
to
saying
to
good.
no, we ain't talking about us. We talking about these dummies, right? That's making these
Right.
bad choices. Like, it's it's like people are dumb, bro. Like,
That's crazy.
um,
Nah, don't take nobody out. You know what I'm saying? Love on that person back the way they loved on you. You know, like that's it. If you call somebody looked out for you, and you say you're gonna repay them, that's the thing I be hating. I be like, is that revenge when people be like, I'm gonna pay you back and then they don't pay you back? you know,
mm, I
is
don't
that
know.
shit revenge too? Like because they mad because you got it. Like why you don't
I
just
don't
say
know.
it's a
I
borrow
think you
in the
gotta do.
beginning?
I think you gotta do something to a person first, bro, to make it revenge. I think that's just hate.
That's just hate. That's not
I think you gotta slap me, and I gotta overreact.
okay. So we talking about
I think
things got to get done,
I
right?
think you gotta do something to me first, or cause me to lose something or something like that. I think like the money thing, right? The Cash App thing was perfect because it's small, right? So I think it's like what, $5, something like that, for like the Cash App money or whatever. But
Yeah,
that's your
yeah,
$5, right? And it's like, yo, you start doing this more than one time. It's like, all right, I keep sending you to send you this, sending this to you. Like you still owe me $100.
Right, right.
My ledger still say I'm short $100.
It's still short 100, right? I know that's right.
You know.
So check this out, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get this up here.
Ooh, first word to avenge. See, self defense. I like the way that read.
Revenge. So we got the word revenge. All right, and we got it's giving us two. It's giving us two. It's giving us verb and it's giving us a noun. All right, two different descriptions of the word. So we're gonna have it as a verb first, and then we're gonna have it as and we're gonna get into the noun and the synonym. So verb, one, to avenge oneself or another, usually by retaliating in kind or degree. Two, to inflict injury in return for. Then we have it as a noun right here. Let's, as a matter of fact, just go ahead and hit it like this. And then we have noun, one, a desire for vengeance or retribution. Two, an act or instance of retaliating in order to get even. Three, an opportunity for getting satisfaction. An opportunity for getting satisfaction.
So I'm
Right.
realizing why I never thought about revenge before as a black man. Those definitions would I wouldn't get anything that I wouldn't get no retribution. I wouldn't be able to get even. There would be no satisfaction to be gained here in this country, bro. Like the scenario we living in is upside down.
It's all the way inside out, upside down, turn around.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. America's wild, and
That's what I'm saying.
everybody we want to come here. I don't
I don't get it. Like, I don't get it.
know. Everybody be wanting to be here. But I mean, I've been to where they live, so you can do a lot more shit here. So I understand. So we got avenge, synonyms. We got avenge, redress, requite, venge, archaic, and we got retaliate. Then we got it in the noun synonyms, payback, the big payback.
Okay.
We got reprisal, requital, retribution. Retaliation is a must, and vengeance. Okay. So all of this stuff sound like somebody getting hurt
Because they did something.
because somebody did something to them.
Yeah.
At least they thought so, and it warranted to inflict injury in return for what got done to them. A desire for vengeance or retribution, an act of retaliating in order to get even,
Mm-hmm.
an opportunity for getting satisfaction, to avenge oneself in kind or degree. In kind mean you could do the same thing. That's what you was giving that example about how, the guy went out, the girl went out, and then the guy's thinking she might have had more fun without him. So now he want to go out without her to go have fun. Like stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like some high school teenage shit, but you know what I'm saying? Like people living like that, you know. Just go out together and have a good time, y'all. Okay. Um, but yeah, God, this is what we
that
got
that
right
that
here.
that that or degree. Like I wonder how far that in kind or degree goes. Because if somebody slap you and you shoot them, is that a degree or is that too far?
I think that's the degree. Because I think if you slap somebody and they slap you back, that's in kind.
That's in kind.
You know, I think, and the degree is, you know, You
That's what I'm saying, right? Like
guys, you don't know what the degree, like that's a scale.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
You don't know the temperature, baby. You don't know if that shit gonna be hot or cold. You know what I'm saying? And the way we flip the script on shit in our community, hot might mean some hot slugs. Cold might be,
a baseball bat.
anything. It
Yeah,
could come with some cold slugs. Cold
yeah.
smoked his ass. Like I heard that in hip hop. you know, for real. Hit him with hot slugs. Like so, you just don't know. Honestly, that could just come in any different direction.
But either way, though, it's coming because you did something.
That's what revenge is. Okay, that's what revenge is. Where somebody did something, and then somebody was, uh, you know, dissatisfied with what happened, so they retaliated, and that brings us back to the question right here. Our questions this evening. Question one: have you ever plotted or been the target of revenge, and what was the outcome?
So when I first looked at that question, um, the very first thing that came to my head is my always go to, but I don't know if it still counts because of the word plotted. All right, and I didn't necessarily do that, but I did have intent in my actions.
That's a plot. That's a plot. God, like don't try to demonize the word. We on the show where we don't demonize words. Either you was plotting or you wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yo, when I was young man, early in the days, me and my little brother, we was latchkey kids back in the day. We had keys since we was like 8 years old.
plotting. He
And
he plotting on shit. I already know.
and me and my little brother, we used to stay fighting all the time, just to either maintain order, just to get stuff off our chest. I don't know, whatever. And one day we was just going at it, like we was just, tit for tat, just being big brother, little brother. And we sitting in the living room, and he tossed a Raid can towards me, right? And at the time, I felt like he threw it at me. Like I said, in my adult age, I can say he tossed it towards me, right? Like that's not the same as my young man self. He threw it at me, right?
Yeah.
So when, as my young man self, when he threw it at me, I picked that thing up, and as hard as I can, I beamed it, and I bust him crack right in his schnoggin right there until
Did he
his
have to get stitches?
he ain't had to get stitches, but it did break, and he got a permanent nasal, like a thing. He got like a
Fucked
he,
your brother up for life. You petty. He ain't even throw it at you. He ain't even
yeah.
see me to throw it at your head and the shit would have hit you in the head or something. Yeah, but like damn, he ain't even.
But we was
Yeah,
but it was one of those days where we was like going at it like all day
that's some
long.
big brother shit.
And it was just but what that did for me though, right? Because like immediately immediately after the can left my hand and made contact, I had instant regret, right? Because like he grabbed his joint, and it's like we was in the bathroom. I'm like, please don't cry, don't tell mommy, don't tell mommy,
You
don't cry.
like, oh man, I fucked up.
Right? And the repercussions from that, like it actually traumatized me to
Yeah,
where it takes me a lot longer to engage in conflict, because I feel like my temper is so up there, and if I can hurt somebody that I absolutely love, like no questions about it,
yeah,
um um without a thought, imagine what I would do with somebody that I think is actually trying to take my life, or a stranger that's trying to. So I like to it actually calmed me down, and made me more considerate. So everybody should say thank you, Chris. Yes.
Thank you, Chris.
Because
You know, don't worry about it. The good that young. You gonna get old as shit with me.
hey, man.
You ain't shit. You broke your brother nose, nigga. You gonna have to wear that shit till you
Yeah,
150.
he said that's he said every time too. He's like, he's like, yo, you hear that, bro? I still can't breathe right. I still can't.
For real. That's
Yeah,
dope. But that I don't know if you plotted unless you took the time to like
in that moment, that's
yeah,
why
I don't know if that was plot. That was more like, you
that's why I
know,
say I didn't plot it. Like I didn't have like in my
yeah.
mind beforehand. But when I did see that can, I picked that can up. I had all intentions on doing
You
exactly
know.
what I
I don't
did.
think you was like, I'm gonna break your nose. I think you was like, I'm gonna crush your face though.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's even better. Not that I'm gonna break it, I'm gonna crush your whole face. Take that.
Which sounds good until you do it. It's like
until
consequences.
stop crying and don't tell mommy.
Don't tell. And he was
Cause
like,
I'm gonna
nope.
get my face crushed there.
And he was
Yeah,
like, nope. I got you. I got you. I'm telling. I was like, oh, that's so
yeah,
funny,
of
son.
course, of course. Ain't no other get back. How you gonna get back? That's the biggest get back. That is the biggest. I'm plotting to tell on your ass right now.
That's so funny.
Plotting to get your ass right back. You know,
That's
I know I can't hit you. You know, so you're
that's
not
funny.
even you're not even gonna let me. You're not even gonna sit there and just let me just smash and jump back into you.
No,
Like, you
because 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 not for nothing, we only got here because you threw it at me in the first place.
yeah, you see. So if he hadn't decided to throw
See,
that can,
it
then
wouldn't
it's
have
a
been.
possibility he never would have got his face smashed in.
He'd be breathing just good today, right?
So that's what we
Consequences.
talking about, the
That's
importance
funny.
of revenge, because it's like we gotta think about the things we do before we do them. That's the, that's one of the main things that comes into it, where it's like sometimes we gotta put more effort. When you, it's different when you doing stuff out of love and then it just come back. It's like, damn, like you did something out of love and it can't. So that's why I like the word, because you can do good
Mm.
and you can see revenge come back to you. You can do bad and you can see revenge come back to you. You know, and like I've seen this in real life, like from stuff like that. What you talking about with family members and cousins and things like that? Yes, to even doing good stuff.
Mm.
Where I just gave the example where, like, a person could help somebody out financially and then they resent them for doing it and then they plot to, you know like that is the wildest shit.
Yeah.
It's like, how does that happen? How does, how do people do this? Like, what's wrong, America? What's wrong with people? What's wrong where you can be helped and then you want to inflict injury in return for being helped, or vengeance or retribution, or like, how did you get even? Like, an act or instance of retaliating in order to get even, like, wouldn't you get even by paying the person back in kind?
Or in degree. At least it kind.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get them a little bit more back, you know what I'm saying? Of
Exactly.
course, they might be like, well, we're not gonna take it, but if you're trying to build a tab, I mean, I prefer you have your own discipline and save your money.
Hmm.
If you're not my elder,
Yeah.
if you're not an elder of mine that I look out for you, and that's the slim, it, then no, let me teach you how to budget your own money. Like, I ain't nobody's bank. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, you know, I can give you some information though. If you apply the discipline, you'll be able to, do that. So that's wild though. That revenge can come in even when the acts are bad, you know, and not non-intentional, intentional, but not, you know, sometimes we just don't know the outcome of it, you know. Like, yeah, I want to go smack you in the head with the can, but I don't want to break your nose, but
100% dope.
my action, I don't know, like how hard I'm not really pacing how hard I'm going in. I don't know what can happen when cans hit faces, so my reaction was bad, that it was a bad response.
Yo, God, I don't think I bought a Ray can since then. It's traumatized me so much.
You said you ain't bought a raid can. What you said? You get all plastic bottles of everything. You
Everybody's
said,
safe.
you said I don't even want no Lysol in the house. No Febreze, none of that.
That's funny, sir.
That's crazy. But yep. So we got. Have you ever plotted or been the target of revenge, and what was the outcome? Like I said, I've been. Let me see, the target of revenge. Have I been the target of revenge? Mm, target of revenge. Well, yeah, I've been the target of revenge. I've been the target of revenge. I've been the target of revenge, like you was talking about relationship wise.
Mm.
Yeah. But that's the excuse I got. The excuse I got was, well, you did this, so I went and did that. And if you wouldn't have done that, then I wouldn't have done this. That's where I got it from. That's where I learned it.
in real time.
In real time. That's where I learned it. That's where I came up like, what? Like, and then in my brain, I'm like, hold up, you just did something the other day, but I did not think like that. I was thinking like, okay, what is this? Why is this happening? Can we solve this? And it's something we can get past? Can we grow from this? Not, well, let me go do the same type of shit you did, or to a degree, or turn it up, dial it up a little bit, right? No, I didn't think like that. But it was wild though. It was wild, the severity. Because some people do, like you said, if you slap, they shoot. If you stab, they shoot. If you shoot, they bomb. You know, if you bomb, they nuke. You
Yeah.
know,
And personally, I'm of the mindset that they not wrong.
saying
Like
they not wrong.
they not wrong. Like you shouldn't have did what you did. Like you shouldn't have slapped if you wasn't slap if they wasn't slap worthy. You shouldn't
But
have shot if they wasn't shoot worthy, right? If they didn't do nothing to deserve getting shot, you shouldn't have shot. Like you shouldn't have said I double dog dare you and then did your head like the bobblehead and stuck it out there. You should have tucked your chin because you realized that you was in a fight, right? Like
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
if you already shooting though, then they just need to shoot back.
They just need to shoot back, right? Because
Yeah,
you just shooting for no reason. So they just
yeah. So
and I'm saying
yeah,
if you already
yeah.
shooting,
So to me,
I'm
that's
saying
not revenge. To
I'm
me,
sending
you in the
everything
shootout.
I'm sending everything I got.
Yeah, to
And
me,
if you
you in the
sending
shootout.
bullets and I'm throwing grenades, I'm not wrong. I'm
I
throwing what I
mean,
got.
yeah, like you actively in war. Then
I'm actively in war, right?
yeah,
So
you actively in war. But
I,
but there are those instances where people are not doing that.
yeah. Again, if they're
You
not
know,
slap worthy, you wrong.
that's what I'm talking about. Like a lot of them instances too is when when you can't justify, well, if you wouldn't have done this, then I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, nah.
because that seems to be the get out of jail free ticket right there. If you wouldn't have done this, then I wouldn't have do that. And then it's justified like, well, you shouldn't have been shooting. You shouldn't have been doing this. You shouldn't have been doing that. You shouldn't have been doing this. You shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have rolled the can. You shouldn't have threw the can. Like, you know? So that's what I'm saying. Like, as we get older now, and this is where the maturity comes in. As we get older, do we if do you now completely evaluate whether that can was rolled or thrown?
Yeah. So that's why I say, right? I can in the adult mind, I could say in conversation that the can was tossed towards me. I could use the word tossed. I could use the word towards me, right?
But not thrown at you.
That's in my youth, in my young man's mind, that can was thrown at me.
And
Like
that's where we got to get to.
right, but in my
That's
adult
where we
mind,
got to get to.
sitting back reflecting on my relationship with my brother, and how that really hurt him, like for real, not just physically, but like he's traumatized from it as well, right? Like he's still holding on to that mental, that anger and stuff like that. So I can think about that. And like, nah, well, we was sitting there, we was being kids, and he it was yeah, it came my direction, right? And I probably overreacted. I probably took it upon myself to teach him a lesson or whatever, but it was not thrown at me like I threw it at him, right? I threw it back at him, whereas he tossed it towards me.
Okay. So so let's say this. So what if you're in a situation where you giving somebody something
Hmm.
and they steal from you, and then you put the beats on them?
Thank you for saying that, because that's what I was thinking. Thank you for saying that part.
Okay.
Now, yeah, 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 yeah.
So then so were you wrong for putting the beats on them?
No, they stole from you. That's not
But
revenge.
what if they was on drugs? What if they steal from everybody? What if they would just they wouldn't it wouldn't have mattered even if it was you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. What did my mother say? So before you get to apartment 3C, you better sober up. All right, like,
Maybe they
cause
hadn't made it to 3C yet.
still,
you know.
still steal from everybody else, but when you get here, right? We putting paws and claws on you, right? So there's no I was drunk or I was high or none of that, right? Like we accept your situation, but just know, right? If you're coming over here, like if you got a problem, stay over there. Like don't come over here by me if you toxic, cause what they say, homie, don't play that. Right? I was literally raised uh like that, and I understand it because your family's your family, and while you still want to love them, it's hard to love them when they're being dangerous to themselves and potentially to you.
I mean, so what if you got a family? What if it's a family member? That's sweet. What if it's a family member that's
Internal.
what if it's internal? What if it's a family member and they stealing from you and you put the beats on them? Then what?
Yeah, that's what
Is
you
you
just do.
wrong? Is you wrong
No,
for that?
nah. Again, me and my brother fought all the time.
But no, 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 no. We ain't talking about your brother fighting, right? Because
Like,
me and my
because he's
brother
he's
could
he's
fight.
he's to steal from me, right? I used to like I used to have this city volunteer corps job. I say it's a job, but they paid me in stipends and stuff like that, and like tokens and whatnot. So I used to save my tokens as my money, and
Okay.
he used to steal those and cash them in and whatnot, right? And we used to fight, like we used to, like
Was
and
let me ask you this, guy.
then
Was he stealing money
hmm
that you were counting on, that you were looking forward to, or did it become a situation where you just like, let me just leave this for little bro? So it really ain't even like he's stealing. You know what I'm saying? He just want to have some money in his pocket and shit. And like,
I
did it
think it.
evolve to that
I think it
after
turned
what?
into that. I think it turned into that.
Okay, so that's different because that's just like my little brother wants some money in his pocket. I ain't making enough yet to where I could just hit him off, put some paper in his pocket, but I gotta build up and
Yeah.
but he eager, you know what I'm saying? But he just taking a couple dollars to go get candy and shit like
Yeah,
that. But
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
but it's not really like it, he ain't hurt. He know he ain't hitting my stash and just, you know, like you just come back and it's like, where's everything at? And he just, I don't know. You know, like he got empty wrappers and shit in his collar and you know, packs annihilate empty packs annihilators and shit in his pocket. No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about like you really getting some paper, you could probably really be in trouble, you know what I'm saying, with the type of money.
Yeah,
You
nah.
know, you could probably really, you know, owe somebody that it could put you in a bad situation, you
See, and
know.
I think in a situation like that, revenge wouldn't even matter because like once it's gone, and you got a whole nother problem anyway, right? Because your other problem ain't trying to hear but my brother or my crackhead uncle, right? Like they want to
They ain't
see it.
trying to hear none of that.
They want to see a toe tag, possibly.
They don't want to see, they want to see their money.
They want to see their money. You know what I'm
Yeah, they
saying?
want to see their money.
They ain't trying to hear none of that, right?
Yeah.
So revenge.
Is that revenge though? That's like, okay,
Nah, I
you
don't know.
know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if revenge will work in that situation because you got somebody higher than you that kind of don't matter. Like they don't
So you
they
know
don't
what?
keep they don't.
So let's remove a higher person.
Mhm.
Let's say you got your own shit. Let's say you got your own shit. Like it's always somebody in a higher food chain, but you don't always have to be working for no. You don't have to always be getting fronted. Like that's some little boy shit anyway. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So like we didn't do that too long after like 12. So how I look at it is like, let's say you not getting fronted and your money is your money. And you got your family member, and they helping you out, but they got an addiction, they got drugs, they got a
Mhm.
problem. But you're feeding it. You're feeding it, but you're feeding into it, right? Now, they steal from you and you put the beats on them. Is that bad? Is that revenge?
I still wouldn't say that's revenge because if you know they got a problem and you know they're a crackhead and you know you got them around you, I think putting the beats is the answer to them stealing. I think I think that's how they keep coming around because you can still put the beats on them and like I still love you, cuz or whatever, right? Like
I don't know.
I don't know, right? Like,
I
like, I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I
I
don't
don't
think
I don't know, man. Like me and revenge.
because I don't think the beats had nothing to do with the beats ain't had nothing to do with the family relationship.
Because what would
Because
be the revenge though? What would be the get back to? Because if it's not the beats, what would be the get back
I mean
to?
that's the degree. You can't steal nothing from them. They don't have nothing to steal back. So that would be retaliating in kind, right?
I
You
just don't
stole from me, I'm gonna steal from you, right? So it's like so because when we
see. I like your first scenario where you got the third party, right? Because that's where the third part we talk about satisfaction, right? Because you put like they stole from you, you worked hard for this, you put the beats on them. That's not, but you don't have satisfaction though, right?
but I believe it was an opportunity for getting satisfaction.
Yeah.
I believe it was. I believe there was. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying. Like, is it revenge? Because, and that's why I'm pushing. That's why I'm kind of like on it so hard like that because I'm like, it was satisfaction. Like that. If that person stole from you, and I'll add some more. I'll add some more. That
Mhm.
person stole from that. I know these people personally. That person stole from that person before, and that person never did nothing to them. And then later on, that person stole from that person again, but it was more. It was more. It was a lot more at stake. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so what it was at stake at that time, the only way that person couldn't get the money back.
Correct.
So the only satisfaction they could get was to put the beats. And that was revenge, right?
Yeah. I get that. Yeah. Yeah. Especially to let it go
You
the
know?
first couple times or first time.
Yeah, couple
Yeah.
times.
That's
Couple
how. Yeah.
times. Couple times.
That's usually how I go. Right. Like
Couple times.
it's
You know.
never just one and done. It's always let's see how much I can make you bleed.
It's just like, oh, you accepted it the first time, so now this you allowed me to do it. You allowed me to exemplify this behavior, and there was no consequence. I just feel like I could keep doing this to you. I can keep treating you like this,
Yeah.
you know. And and although we may look at those things as just like, damn, we just upset, you know, there was an opportunity. When you look at the word revenge, there's an opportunity to get satisfaction out of your response.
Hmm.
So that's revenge.
You ain't lying, because even the thought process of somebody doing something and you in the courthouse and you like, hey, judge, I just need 5 minutes in the room with that mug. Like, just let me, like I don't care what you do. You can let them go for all I care. Just allow me to just do that and not go to jail. Is will be enough satisfaction and a lot of. I think about that in a lot of police shootings where they kill unarmed people. Um, I feel like if I was, I put myself in in these people's scenarios, and I'm like, man, if I was those family members, I would want, I would want to shoot, I would want to fade. You know what I'm saying? I would want to be in a cell with this guy. I would want to be in a room with this person. I would want permission or because I would like my family member would at least want to see me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'd be thinking about.
Yeah.
Satisfaction.
Yeah. And that's what it is. That would be revenge.
Yeah,
Trying to
yeah.
get some sort of satisfaction
Because you
from
can't bring
some.
nobody back to life. Yeah.
Yeah, because and that definitely in all those cases, it don't even have to be the police. It could be a gang member killing another one of your family members.
Yeah.
It could be your family member gets shot innocently by just some dummies who don't know how to shoot because they
Mhm.
shooting with their eyes closed, or they don't, walk
Yeah.
up on their man and get their man. You know what I'm saying? They out here just randomly shooting because they don't know how to shoot
From
type
across
shit.
the street. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, like that could just be a grieving family who just like, man, y'all killed the wrong, y'all, I don't know who y'all should have slid on y'all man. Like y'all killed the wrong person. You know what I'm saying?
Now that you say that, like, so cats be getting when they be having those emotional outbursts in the courthouses, the judge be giving them like 30 days when they cross the thing and put the beats on the people in them. I've seen that in these videos where the father or the brother.
They have to. They have to. They have to hold them in contempt. Plus it's the court. They're gonna charge you. So they're gonna get some more
Yeah,
money.
yeah. That sucks. That
You know
sucks,
what I'm
bro.
saying? Like they gonna get some more money. You disrespected
Yo,
the court, you're gonna pay a little fine for disrespecting the
that
contempt
sucks.
a court cost. If it's an assault charge, then they might
Yeah.
and depending on the judge might be cool and not issue an assault, but some of them might be like, shit, this is the law. Okay.
Now,
You just
I haven't heard the assault, but I've everybody's been in contempt and they had to do like the little 30 days or whatever.
yeah, and they get fined a
But
little bit.
I've never heard. And to me, based on what you just said about the assault, that suggests to me that that is them being lenient and not pushing for a real charge that they can actually hit them with, which is assault.
I think that's been them being human. And actually
Yeah,
it's the battery. That's battery. It's assault and
battery.
battery. Yeah,
Yeah,
because assault is me yelling at you and threatening you aggressively. Okay.
battery is actually physical contact.
And
Yeah,
then once I put the beats on you, then you know what I'm saying? Once that happened, then of course, you
yeah.
know,
Human.
now that's battery. Now you
That's
got
that's
battered,
the that is them being human. That is their
and that's them being human. That's
that
their
is your let me get into the room with them judge moment.
that's
But
it.
But you got to get punished because they got to get paid. And
That's it. Because the bailiff might have the bailiff. You never know. You beeline into whoever it is that has harmed your family or whoever your loved one is,
mm-hmm.
right? The bailiff in them might be looking at the judge to see if the judge be like, they might got a little signal or something, be like, give him 30 seconds.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Like give him 30 seconds, like, because
Like when he start leaning with elbows and knees, stop him.
yeah, when it look like it's gonna be some blood over here, if bad, nah, we don't need all that shit.
Yeah.
But let them put the beats down a couple, put the seconds on them, Mike Tyson, see if he KO him in 30 seconds on that. And then, because that's that human aspect, because they see all the creeps and the bullshit that come in, and they just be praying that it don't have to be their family.
Facts.
Because they not exempt. They in America, they live in the USA, and dumb shit happen everywhere.
And they only got power when they at work behind that they got that gavel in their hand.
Pretty much.
When they walk out that courthouse, they just like everybody else.
Anything goes, baby.
Anything goes.
Anything goes. Hopefully you local somewhere so somebody know who you is when they run your name. But when you go out of town with that shit, be on your best behavior. Trust and believe.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because revenge is lurking around this motherfucker on some shit. But yeah, y'all. So let's go to our second question of this evening. So we just answered our first question of the evening. Have you ever plotted or been the target of revenge? And what was the outcome? We just discussed some stuff and reminisced a little bit. Brought up some scenarios, some theoreticals, all that good stuff. And moving right along to question number 2 this evening. Is revenge ever justified, or does it just keep the cycle going? Is revenge ever justified, or does it just keep the cycle going? Well, I'll lead off with that, guys. I'll lead off with that.
Yeah.
Um, is it ever justified? Me having a moral complex, I have to say, and me just, being honest about things, even though we should always let our law enforcement and and our, uh
let the process work.
the criminal court system, we should always support that, our politicians and leaders and things like that. And we should always allow them to, put their best foot forward, give the effort first. I will lead with that, but um there always is that I can't tell you what to do.
True.
Um and just being fair about it. Like, we in America, and I don't know how devastated or hurt somebody could be if something happened to somebody you care about, and that's what we were just talking about in relation to the first question. Like, you in the courthouse, man, you know, the emotions can be high. So things happen, and revenge can get real. Man, let me see.
And what you
It,
just said makes answering the question even harder for me. Like the courthouse and emotions, because soon as I start thinking about jumping across the thing, I'm like, man, like so now my family that's left behind is I'm just causing more grief. Like so now I'm about to be gone for a week or 2 weeks, 30 days or whatever long. I'm just adding on to the situation, right? I
to
just
the
made
justification.
it. I just made it harder.
To the justification, yeah.
Like it, it,
Yeah.
it, it,
The justification becomes a trauma.
It becomes a trauma.
Yeah. So that's why I said, like I said, that, looking out for with a grain of salt, like we just have to be aware of our choices. Just like we talked about, things that we do can lead to revengeful acts, good or bad. It's really taking time to put thought into what we do, our
Mm.
actions, what we lead with. Um, but like, can it justify? I don't, that's why I just said, like, it's hard to say that, because my moral complex is like, man, like, I love my family, you know, and I love the people I love too. So I don't know, like how.
And the second part of it to me seems easy, right? Because tit for tat. See, but at the same time, right? Like as you know, because I've been in a long term relationship, and I've participated in tit for tat that made the scenario worse, right? And I've participated in tit for tat where we've been able to learn from the experience and grow, and and bad behavior stopped on both sides.
Yeah.
so
Right.
so
More approvable behavior begin.
yeah, right. Like
Yeah.
so 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 while it can continue the cycle, when you're immature, when you're immature, it would definitely continue the cycle. But when you mature, it doesn't have to. I
It,
guess.
yeah.
I guess it's the best way I can say that.
Right.
Not
It don't
not
have to. It
not that it
can end
won't,
it.
but
Yeah.
it don't have to.
Yeah.
Because tit for tat is terrible, right? Because
Yeah. It doesn't just keep the cycle going. Well, definitely, if it's justified, like, I think I think people will keep the cycle going. You know, um,
no, I
but
think if it's justified, I think the cycle will stop, right?
no, because one of the parties think that it's justified. See, you need both people to not think that it's justified in order to end the cycle.
That's true.
I give you an example. You got somewhere where you park at, right? So it's a public spot, but in that spot, like, it ain't yours. It ain't assigned parking or nothing.
Hmm.
Okay. But you have other people who can park there. But let's say in that spot, it's a spot for maybe like two or three vehicles, right? But let's say a person purposely parks there to ruin it where only one vehicle can park.
Oh yeah, I think
Okay.
we should line up and block their ass in that mug.
You know, so like you may get a situation like that where it's like, okay, what is that for?
Yeah,
And you may have had words with those people who parked there before, right? So they continue to do that as if it's like a revenge thing to you, you know like, so every time you go there, so every time you move, they're looking for you to move so they can put somebody there to fuck the parking space up.
yeah,
Okay.
yo, and that's a perfect scenario, God, because in that, to me, the best thing would be to ignore that, because even in my scenario of blocking their ass in, right, like you literally just causing a conflict. You just making
You
your
causing a conflict,
like
yeah, like, like,
because it doesn't
yeah.
solve your problem of being able to. I mean, I guess you technically are parking there, technically, but
But you don't
not
own it.
really.
But you don't own it. It's public. It's the
Yeah,
street.
yeah,
Like, it's not a sign,
correct.
right? So
Yeah,
why would you put that much energy into
yeah,
trying to make a point to be like, oh, I know what you're doing or whatever. Like, you're not even
like,
giving the people the energy, like, whatever.
yeah,
Like you that much, you cared that much, you're focused that much on me. You know, like whoever is that person who, you know, like if I'm the person who parks there and I'm the
Yeah.
person having a conflict, it's like, nah, like you can park where the fuck you want to park at. Like, nobody give a fuck about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's revenge. Like, that's trying to get something for satisfaction, right? An opportunity for getting satisfaction. But
Now,
it's,
God. Now, let's say I take the high road and I don't say nothing to the person, and they continue to park in the three rows with the one car, and they do it for like a straight month because now they're just doing it just to be spiteful.
yeah,
If I call and get it towed, is that revenge? I mean, I guess
yes,
that would be
yes,
revenge.
yes, that is.
Damn.
Would you
So you
get,
just
would you get satisfaction out of seeing they shit get told for no reason? Because it wouldn't be illegally parked. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know,
yeah,
so that's complete revenge, you
complete
know, and it's
revenge.
like you must have nothing else to do with your life productive
I
that you can
clearly ain't
take
got no
time.
job because I'm
Yeah,
looking out the window all day and
hey,
watching their
come on,
car
God, like,
sit in that spot all day. I ain't
you
got
know
no
what I'm
work to
saying?
do at
Like,
all.
nah, I got more shit to do because I'm focused on, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, some productive shit, like not focused on you. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, bro.
So like, you know, that's revenge. So that's why that's why I would say that no, it keeps it going.
Keeps it going.
It just keep the cycle going because you know, I would think that the people maybe want a reaction. You know, so you that's why I say like you have the power to end the shit because you don't have to react. And that's what we talking about your responses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we breaking down revenge, like something has to happen, okay? And you can identify it. If you paying attention, which is free. It's the only thing that has the word pay in it that's absolutely free. It's called paying attention. Okay. So if you can identify it, if you paying attention, then you could say, I'm not gonna respond to that shit because it's not worth my time. You know?
Yeah. Which
And
which is that Martin Luther King approach of right, like that's why they had to take a class to learn how to do that.
no, that's turning the other cheek.
No,
No, saying
but
I'm not gonna respond to the shit.
but that was
It's
the
just saying I
that was the
see you,
nah, but that
you
was the
know.
tactic though. The tactic was to do that in order to prove a point to the rest of the world that because what you said was these people want a reaction, and when you said that, that's what I started thinking like those white folks, those cops, they wanted to be justified in hosing down our ancestors. They wanted to be justified in letting the
Oh,
dogs
they
loose.
was, they was justified in it when you don't have when you have people not enforcing. Like if you go and get what do they call that thing, man?
The permit.
A permit. Yeah. If you
Yeah.
go and get a permit, you know, and you exceed your permit or whatever, and then they just use that as justification to be like bringing the dogs and shit. They were supposed to have 50 people on the paper. They got 150. You know, like now it's
Let the dogs loose.
yeah, like when you got shit like that going on, like that's the part of the story they don't be telling. And that doesn't mean that the dog should have got sick because people had more than, you know, because 150 people showed up to support a cause. Like they didn't know them. You know, you don't know. A lot of times you don't know how many people gonna come out and support what you got going on. People be
Correct.
bullshit. People's word been some shit for a long
Correct.
time.
Correct.
You know, I'll be there. I'm gonna show up. I'll be through there. Niggas don't show. Nigga, I used to do it. I grew up doing that. I'll be right back. Motherfucker wouldn't see me for a week. You know what I'm saying? On purpose. Now, as I got older, I value keeping my word because I didn't do it as much. It wasn't as random. I wasn't in random places. I was places on purpose. You know, so the people I were interacting with had more of a significance for me to be able to be like,
Mm,
I'll be back, and then I'll be back when I said I'm gonna be back, you know, or I'm gonna do
because it
this.
mattered. Yeah.
Yeah, you know. But like in youth, yeah, like it's like nah. So I'm correlating that to just people's word, and then me even owning up to I know. back in the day, my word could have been, somebody could have been like, Earl be lying like shit. you know. Like he talking about he'll be over here, man. He ain't gonna be over there. You gonna look for that nigga over there, man. You gonna be over there looking by yourself,
Mm.
you know. So I understand that. But it definitely, it's revenge if we put that thought into it and we say,
Yeah.
okay, well, because you did this, I'm gonna do that. So, I would like to have seen. I would like to have seen that stop. That particular situation where I talk about, because I used it as third party, third person, but that was something I went through, and it was just like, wow, man, like for people to put that much energy into like something so small, it's just like, damn, get a life. Don't you have more to do in life than to be worried about a parking spot?
Hmm.
You know,
But that's my parking spot. I've been parking in that spot for 10 years. Everybody know I've been parking in that
like
spot.
honestly, like don't you have more to do? Isn't it something more productive? Isn't there more of life to enjoy?
But
You know what I'm saying?
I have tenure. I have seniority.
Like, like I know it is. Trust
I
me, I'm
I
doing
got
it. Trust me, I am. I'm living la vida fucking loca. You know what
but
I'm
I
saying?
I make sure I get here 20 minutes before everybody else so I can make sure I get this parking space. Why'd you get here 21 minutes before me?
Real shit.
Yeah, yeah, nah,
Real
son.
shit, God.
Yeah, nah, this revenge thing is man. Like the more you like I say, like the more we talk about this thing is like it's crazy that for folks to think that black people in this country would seriously think about revenge, right? Like I don't even think we got the numbers to be able to do revenge, right? Like in any real way. Like I don't think we can. I don't think we can do just. I don't think we can pick one thing and do it back to the dominant society. I don't think. I don't even think we got enough numbers for any of that stuff. Like
Like what, God? For like one
like
thing.
like
Like
we
pick
couldn't
one.
we, we
Pick
couldn't
one.
we couldn't we
Pick
couldn't
one.
we couldn't redline. We
Oh
couldn't.
hell no.
we could.
Yeah.
we couldn't we couldn't enforce back of the line. Um,
Back of
uh,
the line. What?
we
What?
could
Not on
we,
your watch.
we couldn't enforce uh
Yeah.
uh, my water fountains only or my bathrooms only.
Oh no, no.
That's what I'm saying.
Colors only
Colors
bathrooms
only
and stuff.
bathrooms. Like
Oh
we couldn't
no.
enforce.
No, we're a long way from all that.
That's what I'm saying. Like those things that they were so scared of us doing back. Like to me, just seem like impossibilities. Like
You said,
like even if
but who's
even
scared? Who's scared of that shit happening again? Like I can't like.
no, not even happening again. I'm talking about like as far as I watch a lot of old clips from like the 40s and the 50s and whatnot, and they talk about doing integration and they talk about people's fears on both sides. You know, white
Okay.
America, Black America, and a lot of white America's fears were or are right. I'm speaking to present because I think it hasn't changed. Is they having nightmares that black people are gonna be lynching them and flooding their homes
For real?
and
Like
burning down their neighborhoods and bombing their
that's
cities
wild.
and doing all kind of massacres and stuff like that. And that fear is why they keep pushing because they scared of that to get level, right? That's the whole fear of reparations. Is like when they talk about reparations, it's like we talk about a check and they talk about payback, right? And it's like we don't have enough people to
What? White people have no fear. Okay.
Nah, they scared to death, son. They
Have no
scared.
fear, white people, because trust me, niggas ain't on it.
Bro, we like even if
Nah,
Khalid Muhammad and
he's not big enough.
and
He's not big
Honorable
enough.
Farrakhan got all of us together, bro. Like
I don't know if everybody going with. I don't know if
I'm
everybody
I'm
going with
saying
Big Lou.
I'm
I don't
saying
know if
if
they going with
I'm
Lou.
saying if I'm just saying if right. I'm saying even if we don't have
If
enough
if
people,
if he could galvanize the troops, that's what you said.
we don't have enough people. All right, we don't have enough um
Resources,
resources. We don't have, like just
okay, because that sounds like war.
we just don't have enough to pay
So you're
back.
gonna need a. So you're gonna need
You
a.
know what I'm saying?
You're gonna need a budget.
A budget, yeah, like a war chest. You need a whole bunch of stuff, bro. Like
Um, you're gonna
and
need. You're gonna
and like I
need
said, I started with redlining,
bodies and arms.
right?
So do the.
In order to redline, you need to be in charge of the banks and stuff, right? To be in charge of people's finances and whatnot. We can't do that.
I'm not even thinking about it, God.
You know what I'm saying? That's what
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm
that's
just
what I'm
like
saying. There's a bunch of
it's
stuff
so
that we can't do.
it's far. It's so far. It's so far out of reach that if you know what I'm saying that like if it was a possibility, like I'm sure like it would be uh what they call it what they say it would be not it would behoove them. It would be in their best interest to run any type of interference to prevent all that type of shit. Before the possibility, if some shit look like it's forming, and that's the difference when you have a opposition that revenge has a department.
That's different.
You know what I'm saying? That revenge has a oh, it looked like this shit getting together. Oh no, we gotta go break this shit up right now. We gotta go break it up right now. We gotta send somebody over there. We gotta send some covert. We gotta do some overt, covert. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do whatever we gotta do to find out what the fuck is going, what they got going on. We want to find out who got what kind of porn this person watch, all
That's
this
an
different.
interesting thing, God.
Yeah, man.
You said they got a revenge department.
It's a revenge department, man.
We don't got no revenge department.
No, we don't even have a department. Black folks don't have a department. Where's the black department at? Okay,
Man,
hip hop is that
you,
it?
you ain't lying,
You
God.
know,
Like
and they got the Latins and the Negroes arguing against each other. You know, with the whole that like when did black and brown ever have a problem except for in the prison? It was the only place that black and brown ever had a problem was in the prison. You know, but on the streets, it's always been love. You know,
yeah,
so like
a lot of those homo thugs came out of prison and infiltrated the streets with their BS.
so it's like, come on, man. You know, like it don't make sense to me. Fat Joe, Lord Jamal, like come on, Fat Joe the God, the Joe was the God before he was Joe Crack, and nobody said that. Like
No, fat
Fat Joe was the God
Lord
before
Jamar
he was.
Lord Jamar said that.
Yeah, like he was the God before he was Joe Crack, before he
Lord,
was crack, crack,
that's what
crack.
that's what Lord Jamar said. Like that's what makes this whole thing so crazy. Is like yo,
So corny.
you was the God. Like everybody that you
He
roll
was
with
the God.
was us. Like what are you talking about? Like why you even saying any of this?
Yeah, so why?
Like
So but
why
why
you
is this even a thing?
why are you saying it? Exactly. Why are you
Why
saying
is
it?
this? And maybe the God Joe Crack, the God Joe Crack. Look how it's saying the God Joe Crack. So we show you like, come on, crack was not godly at all. We know this, God. Come on, stop it. You know what I'm
At all.
saying? We
Yeah,
both products of our environment, made some choices, and have overcome some obstacles.
100%.
Joe Crack, the guy Ali Dawood El, and Lord Jamal, and Chef Earl Pearl. You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
like stop it, man. Like what are we doing here? This is cannon fodder. That shit they doing. That's some bullshit. You know, I don't know what type of revenge that is. You know, I don't know who is getting the the opportunity for getting satisfaction? Is it Joey Crack or some vengeance or retribution or to get even or inflict injury? You know, so is Lord Jamal trying to inflict injury on Fat Joe? Is Fat Joe trying to inflict injury on FBA? And
I know I can speak. So because Lord Jamar made a video, and at the start of his video, he said, "I suggest or I recommend that all foundational Black Americans boycott um
I'm what you got.
Fat Joe's new album." To me, I would say yes, that Lord Jamal wants to put harm towards Fat Joe's business, right? He want to cause injury, which I'm with, right? But that's yo, so, and while I think it's BS, like a dumb conversation, um, I'm always gonna defend myself,
Okay.
and and when the conversations are stupid, I'm gonna defend myself even harder because because it's like because it's
Conversations are
like
stupid.
because like you playing in my face, and you know this is a dumb conversation, and you just like now I feel like you just having this conversation to keep something from me like more, and I'm like, nah, son, like all these conversations are dumb. So anybody that's engaged, then I'm like, let me see how hard you fighting. Let me see how hard you fight. so,
Like it's
I,
quiet.
so I can leave you alone, right? Because I'm not with talking to dummies for too long.
Man, that's why I'm like, they
Like
need to they need to
why
cut
would
that
you
shit out.
why would you say that? Like why would a Fat Joe just come out of his face and just say out all of a sudden anything? Like why would you say anything about?
I don't know. He was Joe the God before he was Joe Crack. So
Yeah,
I
no.
do know that. You know what I'm saying? I liked him then. I still like the brother now. You know, I just think that the what Lord Jamal and them did. Brand Nubians. I mean, it's legendary, man. We don't have no groups coming out like that no more.
Nope.
Like we need other groups like that. What happened to the groups? So, but so look how much the music has been inspired, the influence, the lean backs and all his music. His music haven't inspired no guys to come out like that, you know.
That's actually the only Fat Joe song I know is Lean Back, to
Oh
be
no,
honest.
they got some hits, but that's one. That's a big
No,
one.
I'm talking about him himself, not when he was with his crew, the was it digging in the crates?
Oh yeah, oh I can't tell you right off the top of my head,
Yeah,
I can't tell you right off the top of my head, but because it's been a long time. It's a bunch of guys. Like I couldn't tell you a brand Nubian song,
yeah.
you know, maybe one. I'm bad like that though. When they come on, I know 'em. But remembering the names of the songs and shit like that, nah. But when they come on, it'd be like riding a bicycle. I'll be like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, this is the jam right here. I know that shit. Ah, and I don't be fake lip singing. I actually be knowing the words. You know. But yeah, but they both need to cut that shit out. But yeah, is revenge ever justified, or does it just keep the cycle going? I don't know. I think it does just keep the cycle going. But I think that it's up to the person too. Like, cause you could just say, I'm not gonna respond to this shit. I'm not gonna let you have any control. I'm not gonna interact with you any more than I have to. You know,
Which could be your revenge. Yeah, your revenge could be non-action.
because you get some type of satisfaction out of that, right?
Mhm.
Understanding the word revenge.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
not demonizing it.
Yeah, you can take non-action and be like, man, you can choose to ignore as your action.
Right. So my revenge is non-action. Woo, that sounds powerful, don't it? My revenge is non-action. So you just gonna let them fuck you up? and you ain't gonna do shit.
Mhm.
Sound like Malcolm and Martin having a conversation. Brother, my revenge is non-action. And Malcolm like, you sound stupid as shit, Martin. You just gonna let them fuck you up and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. I don't know.
And
You
Mar
had
was like, I'm gonna give him 10 licks. Now on the 11th one, I'm gonna need you to jump in with the whole fruit of Islam.
with the whole fruit.
I'll let them get 10 free ones if they if
I'm
they
telling you.
if they don't stop by 9. All right.
You know, I don't know who was right. You know what I'm saying? Because shit still turned out like somebody else was peeping all the moves. Real shit.
You know,
It turned out like somebody else was peeping all the moves. Like the op got the drop. For real. You know? People don't want to admit it, but I mean, why has there never been another move like it?
yeah.
Why has there never been a mother? Like I would say, like not even like Martin Luther King's move, the civil rights, the peaceful joint, where it's just like we still gonna come together, everybody. He had a lot of people together. He had a lot of people together, and
Doing
he
stuff.
doing stuff, you know. And I mean, like even the work that was being done, and just the love within the communities. I'm like, even if it's that without a civil right undertone, just the unity of it. That would be a start. But I mean, hey, if it was a civil right overtone, you know what I'm saying, then I can understand why. All right. But even if it was just that, even without that, blacks can't get to that. Not even that. And we try in families, you know. So it's like start with your family first. And that's where we at in America, where it has to be to start with your family first. Well, okay, well, what about all of the traumas that families have suffered that they having struggles with getting past just to assemble their selves?
It's a whole lot of revenge happening by the form of non-action in families that maintain generational curses. Right? A whole lot of family members are not taking action because somebody hurt somebody a while back and I ain't never get over it and this person told me the secret and I'm more closer to them and I'm it's a whole lot of traumas like it's tough, right? That's why when you talk about is it justified, um or does it keep it going? Like it's kind of like both, right? Like it's man,
Because somebody got hurt, so they feel like they got to hurt something back. Where they
does
say that,
hurt people.
yeah, that cliche, that them one liners, you know,
One line
hurt people, you know.
and by that definition, it does just keep going because I'm hurt, you hurt, I'm gonna hurt you, you're gonna hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you, you're gonna hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you, you're gonna hurt me. I guess at some point we'll both get numb and won't feel the pain anymore. So I guess it won't hurt anymore, even though we're doing stuff to each other. But by that time, like beat each other to death.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Like real shit. Like you know, we get ready to have a little party and stuff going on, and a particular guest, couple guests, you know, I had to check and see. Like I had to call another guest to ask, like, are these people okay? Because you more familiar with it. Do I need to make sure that they can they even be in the same place at the same time?
mm,
That's crazy.
it is crazy.
Because I'm asking about family. You know, like can
And
they even be in the same place at the same time to enjoy an event that I'm hosting? Like,
you better than
yeah.
me, God, because I wouldn't have invited neither one of those people.
And
Like,
see, that's what I said too. You know, like I said that, but I didn't say that to them. They might,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
might,
yeah.
they
But
might get that from here and then know that I'm talking about them, but I
because
don't care.
that's
But
hard, bro. Like here, that you doing something, you putting something together, and you gotta consider people that you're inviting is gonna that might bring conflict to the whole entire space.
because of they shit,
That's
because
what
of
I'm saying, right?
right, because of
Like
their
they,
revenge to
yeah,
they, yeah, and that's what it's just like because, and I communicated. I'm like, look, I know people say it's different and people could judge and whatever, because I do too,
hmm
but if I have a problem with a family member and I know that they going to be somewhere, unfortunately, yes, I'm a real human being. I don't always see eye to eye with all my family. You know, I love them all the same.
fact,
Everybody. I don't have no favorites. I will put everything on the line for all of them. Okay, that I'm willing to put on the line with what I'm willing to put on the line. Let's make that clear too. All right. Same time, if we don't have a conversation prior to us attending whatever the thing is, whatever the celebration, or and I call everything a celebration. So I don't care if it's a birthday party, a family reunion, a cookout, a funeral. Because we're supposed to be celebrating their life. I don't care if we there and we sad. That's still a celebration. So if we can't have a conversation about whatever our differences are, if we haven't had that, I won't be. I purposely do not make myself in attendance
facts. Because I don't want to be stressed out.
because I'm not there for you. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? That day. Yeah, like I'm not
I,
there for you that day. I'm
I
there
wanna. If I'm there for you that day.
I'm there for the family member
Exactly.
actually who actually invited me, or who actually we are celebrating, right?
I'm there to celebrate that.
Yeah,
I'm not
in
there to have
whatever
no
way it
feelings
is. Yeah.
about, yeah,
So I'm not trying to have a conversation with you about our shit that day. You
yeah,
know, I want to enjoy whatever it is. If it's a funeral, I want to enjoy. I want to hear whoever we got singing. I want to hear them sing. If it's mine, don't worry about it. I won't even fucking be there. Okay? Ain't nobody never been to their own funeral. All right.
You ain't lying.
So enjoy yourself. If it ain't, vice versa, whatever. But if I'm there and it's a funeral, then guess what? Whoever's singing, whatever going on at the repast, all that. I'm there for that. I'm not there to talk about some shit that you could have called me and we could have sat on the phone. We could have set up a Zoom. We could have FaceTimed it. We could have did whatever the fuck. We could have met up. We could have got together and just said, "What you doing this weekend?" I
Hmm.
ain't doing shit. Come on, I'm coming to your house. All right, well, I'm coming to your house. I bet. And we could have worked the shit out. So that way when the hugs and the kisses is genuine when we see each other, when we in that celebratory space. Because I don't have no revenge in my heart. You see, but when people have revenge in their heart, they waiting to get you there, then they looking for you to get drunk. Or they looking for something for a moment or some type of shit for them to now impress upon you the shit that they was too cowardly to call you and have a conversation for, or answer your phone when you call and reach out to them.
Hmm.
You know, so that's why I say that revenge is a terrible thing, and people be exemplifying it and don't even know because we so fucking dumb with these words and this educational system. And everybody looking for these opportunities to get satisfaction and don't realize what they actually are hindering, the progress that they hindering, even if it is just having a loving relationship with somebody that you say you fucking care about. You know what I'm saying? But your actions don't exemplify it. Somebody you say you love, your actions aren't exemplary of that, you know? And I've learned over the years to just love people back the way they love me, you
Hmm.
know, to reciprocate, you know? So if you know me, like really know me, who you're not DB Chef. not Chef Earl Pearl, but what my mama named me, and we on fucked up terms, check yourself. Check yourself. Trust me. Because my line is open. Ain't nobody blocked. You know what I'm saying? People could call me. Unless I already told you I don't fuck with you no more. Then that is what it is. Real shit. I don't be going back. You know what I'm saying? Going back don't work. You just allow yourself to be open to more revenge. That's what I've learned. If it's wrong, I'm sticking with it. But when it comes to blood, my family, you know what I'm saying? Like, all y'all gotta do is pick up the phone, man. You know, send a nigga email or something. Reach out, text message, for real. Because when you got people calling you talking about they differences, and you like wondering, do you even want to invite people to situations, man? You know, it makes you uncomfortable because then, like you said, God, like I wouldn't invite neither one of them. It's like, damn, I don't want to pick and choose. That's the only fair solution.
Neither one of them can come, bro.
Yeah, that's the only fair solution.
Fair to you is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, it ain't. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Well, they should have got their shit together, like,
Facts.
because I'm already exemplifying that I don't go and show up to places. You know what I'm saying? If I got some shit going on with a family member, like I'm not gonna be there. I'm not. I'm honest about it. Like I would rather we work out shit out before we go there, so we can have fun. You know, so you ain't worried about a knife in your back. I ain't worried about a knife in my back. It ain't we ain't on no revenge shit. You know, it's enough people in this world that will exemplify behavior for you to give them your ass to kiss, or
That's
tell you to kiss their ass. That you don't have to do that with your family.
all facts.
The choice is yours. You know what you gonna do? You gonna treat your family like niggas in the street? You know, then don't get mad when they reciprocate. And if they misinterpreting, then you should call them and have a conversation. I'm not treating you like a nigga in the street. That's not how I feel. Well, your actions are misleading. Please explain your actions. You know, not that you explaining your actions to me like I need the you like I need an explanation from you. You know what I'm saying? Like you humbled, belittled, or some dumb shit. It's called effective communication. It's you know what I'm saying? It's just called what type of shit you on, what type of time you on. You
Consideration.
know, what's going on with you, man? Que
Yep.
pasa, man? What the fuck is up? You know what I'm
Effective
saying?
communication.
So it's like it ain't on no bullshit. You know, it ain't no oh you weaker or you weak or this dumb shit. You know, like if you love somebody, then fucking have a conversation with them, man.
It
If you
only sounds like that and feels like it's weak and soft because we do not practice effective communication, right? Because we do not say the things that we're really trying to say. We say a whole bunch of feeling stuff and we leave out a whole bunch of stuff. We keep a lot of stuff in our head that we should probably say out loud, right? Thinking it's gonna probably make us sound dumb or thinking that the person probably might understand, but like there's a lot of things that we don't say that we should, right? Like
I
nah,
be saying it though, God, but
I
people be
said
offended. People
they
be
be it.
offended when I say it. You know,
I mean,
I'm just like
I'm
I'm
taking too
trying to
long to
get to a
talk.
yeah. I'm trying to get the fucking solution. I'm not trying to be sitting here dicking around and shit. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly.
For real, like I'm trying to solve some shit, man. Like we got something else that we trying to do in the next 15 minutes and be great. You know, so like all that jaw jacking and shit, and you know what I'm saying, and
I
dumb
would.
shit, man. I'll be like, man, I don't really have no time for all that, man. Like, man, if that's what you need to do, so we can get to. So if the bottom line is this is how, you know, this is what I need to do to vent to be able to get to the resolve, then like say that. I don't give a fuck if you say that. Like, look, man, I just on some bullshit right now. I ain't even really feeling this conversation, blah, blah, blah. But you kind of right or whatever, or wrong, or I don't know what the fuck going on, but I just now ain't the time for me to have okay, bam. So now ain't the time for you to have a conversation. All right, but you do understand where we at. It ain't no confusion.
That we need to have a conversation at some point.
You know, and
Yeah.
like that's fair. But the grandstanding, the posturing, the wanting revenge shit, like that's some sucker shit, man. And people don't really want to fucking die. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the problem with the revenge is like, just like we said, if somebody slap and then somebody shoot, you don't know if when you slap, they're gonna shoot.
You don't.
So it's like, so why you playing with your own life like that? You playing with your own life, not knowing what the other person may be capable of, how they interpret shit.
And to think that somebody's just gonna react in kind. Well, all I did was slap, so all you should do is slap me back.
You never know.
You don't know. That's kind of crazy. That's a hell of an assumption.
So
yeah, son. That's
you know. So tonight, y'all, we've been talking about the word revenge. And this evening's questions, we are about to go into question 3. So far, we've answered question 1, which was, have you ever plotted or been the target of revenge, and what was the outcome? We exchanged some very interesting insights related to that question. Question 2, is revenge ever justified, or does it just keep the cycle going? We just wrapped that up. And question 3 this evening, our final question will be, can seeking revenge lead to personal growth? And before we get into question 3, we're going to take a little break, and we're going to be back in 60 seconds. Happy holidays from DB Chef TV. Get dipped in fresh drip with 25 off the entire website from now to January, with a huge selection and savings for every Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and Christmas list. Celebrate the holiday with DB Chef TV gifts. Visit www.dbcheftv.com and tap the gift shop link.
This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So BKSOLFARM.com, 1016, 160 self-sustainability. Jump on a list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
Welcome back to Cigar Sundays Live. I am Chef Earl Pearl at DB Chef TV, always with the God Ali Dawood L at BK Soul Farm. Make sure to like and share the video. Also subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live, y'all. We are talking about the word revenge this evening. And we're going to go ahead and get into our third question of the evening. Can seeking revenge lead to personal growth?
That's tricky. So when I read that question the first time when you brought it up earlier, I thought about a woman who got a divorce because her husband left her, something like that, right? And now she's in the gym to get her body right. And like in her mind, like getting her body right is like her form of revenge, right? Because he was like, yeah, you was 20 pounds overweight or whatever. And that's why, see, had you not been overweight, I wouldn't have slept with old girl.
Hey, guy, hold on 1 second. Hold on. You know what we're gonna do? You said, hold up. Keep that point right there. Keep that point right there.
Yeah,
We're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a real quick break and
yeah.
be back in a minute. We're gonna do.
I'm from the same place the trap music comes from. Same story, same streets with the loaded guns. Heavy bass lines, 808s and kick drums. I'm from the same place as trap music. This that first react music. They can't hold me back. I'm feeling good cause I'm black music. Can't nobody touch this. My flow, I can't rush this. Put them on silence when I'm talking. You should hush, bitch. I am from the heavy bass. My bro called a heavy case. Got a couple friends, they be watching from the heaven gates. Moving with the heavyweights, with the heavyweight. Time to celebrate life. Mary Jane be my wife, man. Recipes to fight, dog. Music be my life, dog. Shouts to anybody with a brother doing life, y'all. It's fucking with my brain. Like, should I flip a pack or just focus on the game? I'm from the same place the trap music comes from. Same story, same streets with the loaded guns. Heavy bass lines, 808s and kick drums. I'm from the same place the trap music comes from. Same story, same streets with the loaded guns. Heavy bass lines, 808s and kick drums. This that real rap music, got the bass thumping in the back, gon' then clap to it. They sippin' acting on the tack, I just relax and spit these facts up on these tracks, cause I got big dreams. On the music scene, rap game Obama, rhymes blowing up like my name was Osama. We ain't with the drama where I'm from, like to play it dumb. I ain't seen shit, got to flood the scene quick, cause they be shooting more than just pictures in my city. Got polluted ways of getting riches in my city, all the way up like crack and Remy. Still painting pictures, getting riches in my city. I'm from the same place the trap music comes from. Same story, same streets with the loaded guns. Heavy bass lines, 808s and kick drums. I'm from the same place the trap music comes from. Same story, same streets with the loaded guns. Heavy bass lines, 808s and kick drums. We got a double XL, the double XL. We trying to be trail, we searching for thrill. I gotta be real, I'm from the same place trap music come from. Living life fast, young nigga wanting lump sum. He don't know his pops, now he acting out. Popping pills and blacking out. Tell his niggas about it after, it's some shit to brag about. Another young man straight lost in the city. Dying to these movements, Holocaust in the city. We all gotta stop this, throw some better topics. All I know is chill, don't be hanging with no obvious. Play your part, know your role. Beat Gills, the greatest story ever told. From the same place the trap music comes from. Same story, same streets with the loaded guns. Heavy bass lines, 808s and kick drums. I'm from
All right, and we back.
Yeah, God. Yeah. Nah, I was saying, like, so buddy that say, because you put on 40, 50, 60, 100 pounds in this marriage, right? I had to slide on you, right? Shorty was a little slimmer, a little firmer. Because you did that or didn't do that, I had to go do this, right? And I'm saying the wife's revenge is to not whore around. Her revenge is to get her body right and get her health together and get what they call it, get snatched, I think it is, right?
Well, yeah.
Well, nah, get snatched, I think it's like surgery.
Yeah, I think that's some surgery things. But
Yeah, like I'm talking about doing a bunch of sit-ups and stuff, like going to the gym and like actually doing that. I think that revenge will lead to personal growth.
okay, she might say somebody might like this fupa. Somebody might somebody might like that, that frump a dump dump.
Yeah, yeah,
Somebody might,
yeah, yeah.
she might step out there and go,
Well,
I
also,
don't
and I
I don't
think
know.
that,
That dude might need to go to the gym with her. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like I'm thinking like that might be, I might need to get like the guy. in soul stitches and be out there in the AM on the bicycle and jogging and putting the work in collectively, you know, that's the example that I've seen in my life. That's like that's the one to aspire to,
That is how you win.
you
Like,
know. So like, so like if you're doing that, then like you said in that scenario, that will be how that person will win because her revenge could look any way. I get what you're saying about how her revenge could look,
hmm
right? But she would have to be of the mindset to say, "This is my revenge," because what it would be doing is, an opportunity for getting satisfaction. But we always have to remember that it's to avenge.
yeah.
It's to retaliating or inflicting injury. You know,
and I
so
and that's why I thought about it the way I did, because you put on that personal growth, right? And I'm like, the only way this could really work is if I take this quote unquote negative and I just do an internal deep dive and just make myself better. like,
okay,
like that's why I made the scenario like she got overweight or whatever, and he slid with a little slimmy, and then she, instead of looking for somebody that liked her body the way it was, she decided to go to the gym and turn into a brick house.
right.
And
But
that
she stayed with him or she left.
no, no, she left. She went to turn herself into a brick house as a form of, you left, you cheated on me because I got fat or because I'm fat, but look at me now. Aha, you can't have this, right? Like that's like a
That's not a win.
man, but it's
He already had her.
yeah, no, I'm talking about her health is the win though, right? Like her being
Okay.
I'm saying that'd be the win, because now he want her back because now she look good again, right?
Man, he ain't
And
want to leave in the first
he didn't
place.
want to leave in the first place,
Yeah,
which is
he ain't
which
want
is
to
why he
leave.
should have went to the gym with her, because he didn't want to leave in the first place.
That part, like he ain't want to leave. He just wanted to have his cake and eat it too. And that was weird because he was being selfish and not even considering how do I get over this hump, because he was the one who was feeling like that looking at her.
Correct.
What can I do to get over this? To get over it, to stop looking at this woman who I love, who I value, who I care about, and I'm looking at her and I'm thinking like, that ain't it. You ain't it. What's going on? You know,
Yeah.
and then it is he. I look in the mirror too and looking like, dude, do you look like, Mr. Lover out this out this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? Did you like that or what? So, you gotta be fair, man. Like, because birds flock everywhere. Like you can catch a bird anywhere, you know. But if you got, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know what these guys be thinking. My dad, rest in peace, man. He used to say, "Don't let your dick make a bum out you, son." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah.
So
Yeah, besides that though, that's the only
see a lot
personal
of
growth I
guys
could
letting their dick make them a bum.
yeah, that's the only personal growth I could think of as far as where revenge could help, I guess. I can't think of no other way.
Okay, so maybe if like there's a scenario.
Mm.
All right, y'all. We working on this question right here. Question 3, y'all. Can seeking revenge lead to personal growth? So I'm saying, let's take it back to that eye for an eye.
Hmm.
That eye for an eye. You harm my folks, we harm your folks. Now, this is where I think it does, but the harm is already done.
Hmm.
I think like a lot of times what we see nowadays with the youngins and with the youth in the street, they in a lot of gangs. So they do a lot of retaliating when their friends get killed,
Hmm.
and that's revenge. So it does happen, and whoever doesn't get killed, when we look in the example of like, is their personal growth, yeah, there's some personal growth. Because whoever doesn't get killed, unless they gets a life changing moment, like Lil Durk, be good to tie him into this right here. His friends died. He didn't grow because all he did was allegedly,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I mean, they do got credit. They do got a case that is different than other people, um, tying him back to different things. But
They got one of his homeboys that's like that was wearing the wire the whole time.
yeah, like it's not looking good for Dirk.
Yeah,
But
which sounds like entrapment to me, but whatever.
I don't know. I mean, he was talking. Dude was just wearing the wire, you know. So it's like, you guys have responsibility for your own actions, man. Like, I mean, is it some sucker shit for his homeboy to be playing gangster and wearing a wire? Yes. Okay. And then I'm not even in the streets, and I just think that's foul. Like,
Super foul.
I wouldn't care if we was government officials and we was on some top secret type shit, and we was completing them. Like, you shouldn't be doing that for somebody else either.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say from the street to the government, even regardless, like nobody likes law enforcement. Nobody likes a snitch. Of a law enforcement, they got a code, the blue code,
Yeah.
right? Everybody don't respect it, because they may not be part of the blue code, but they don't like telling on each other, so nobody likes somebody telling on each other when you're supposed to be a part of, when you're supposed to be down with whatever the fuck you're supposed to be down with. Okay. So then revenge comes into play. Now when we talking about, is this some personal growth? I think so. I think if Little Dirk doesn't grow personally from this whole experience of all this revenge and shit that's alleged that he was been taken, you know unfortunately he has to be incarcerated to get the growth.
Mm.
you know that's the sad part about it, is that it takes the incarceration for him to get the growth. All right. But I do seriously believe that he will, sitting in that 8 by 10, 10 by 12, you know and just having that time to think, and not having the access to, I said this the other day. I said, man, Diddy didn't even take showers in the same type of water he bathing with now. Like, they talking about other shit. Like, he not eating the food that he used to eating, and he not that. I'm like, bro, I'm sure he had the best water filter systems in
The
his
best.
house.
The
You know what
best.
I mean? So he not even using the same type of water he washing his ass with.
Correct. Suffering.
You know.
Yeah.
So you got to have you got to do some growing. You ain't gonna have no other choice. You sitting in there, or unless you just like, man, fuck it, I'm just gonna be in here, and I'm just gonna be dumb as I was when I got in here and not improve when I get out. So that's where that personal growth is where, like, okay, even if you do go do some time and you sit in that cell, that you come home and realize, like, I don't want to do the same things that allowed me to have to go through that again. That's personal growth,
Yeah, that's true.
you know. So unfortunately, both of them brothers have to be in the cell, but I don't know what they did to get there. We hear the things that's alleged, but I can't deny or confirm shit, except for, Diddy did beat that girl, beat her ass. You know what I'm saying? What Josephus say? Josephus said,
Joseph.
an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth leave us half blind and speaking half truth. Stop the cycle and start a new one.
Right.
I'm with that, Joe. You know, stop
Somebody
the
just
cycle and
somebody just
start
got
a new one.
somebody just got to be willing to get punched in their face and not hit back.
Somebody gotta be willing to get punched in their face and not hit back. I mean,
Right.
people don't have to punch in the face,
People don't. That's what I'm at with, right? Like it's that's what I'm saying. It's hard, man, because like
especially when you don't know what is a punch in the face, because you don't know what the level of a person's punch in the face is
that's what I'm saying.
these days.
That's why it's hard, right? Like and it's but and Josephus is not wrong, right? Because it will make you blind and talking half crazy, right? Like, but it's easy to say stop the cycle, right? It's easy to say when you're the one that threw the punch. It's easy to be like, hey man, you ain't gotta hit me back. It's easy to say that, right? It's easy to say when you are not involved in the parties' disputes. You're on the outside looking in. It's easy to say, um, "Hey, man, just let that go. Just be the bigger person." It's easy to say, right? But when you are affected, afflicted, um, it's hard.
Yeah, it's a little
It's,
different. It's a little different because you don't have a real choice to make. You just kind of like mediating shit, you know. Whether it happens or not, you're not gonna be affected.
yeah, nah, it's tough.
Yeah, because if y'all shooting at y'all, if y'all shooting at each other, I could be like, man, y'all go over there and shoot at each other. You know, leave me the fuck about that shit. I don't want nothing to do with it. I can still have my opinion about it. They shouldn't be doing this. They should. I mean, we do this in real life. You know,
Yeah,
look at. I mean, Russia and Ukraine and the U.S. situation, NATO and all that. Like everybody got their opinions about that shit. Nobody really knows. Like you know,
I guess they tell us what's right and what's wrong, don't they?
I mean, I don't know.
They
I
tell
look I
us.
look at trade agreements. You know what I'm saying? So if we still trading with people, then all the shit on the surface to me is like a whole bunch of why for
See,
what.
and that's where I get confused, right? Because I do the same thing, and I'm like, if we still trading, I don't understand none of the surface stuff that we talk about, right? Like
That's what I look at.
it's all confusing to me. So I
You
don't know,
know,
man. Like this revenge topic is interesting.
what is the point? What is the opportunity for an opportunity for getting satisfaction? You know, an act or instance of retaliating in order to get even, a desire for vengeance or retribution, to inflict injury, to avenge oneself or another, usually by retaliating in kind or degree. You know, and that's what we get from revenge. And we see that in so many shapes or forms, you know, but nobody really identifies it as revenge. It just kind of like, shoot, we identified it tonight. Like it's just getting even, being petty,
Tit for tat.
what tit for tat. You
Mm,
know, like look at all of these things that have are derivatives of honestly, like just trying to really get revenge, man. Just really
without
trying to get
without
revenge.
saying the word revenge, because revenge make you sound like the ultimate petty person.
It sounds more like war.
It sound more like war.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, tit for tat just seemed like they ain't nothing, I ain't gonna worry about that. But somebody's actually showing you something
Mm,
that's dangerous. You know, like they showing you like they don't really fuck with you. Like they really got it out for you. They want to harm you. They don't mean you no good. I ain't say they trying to kill you, but
yeah.
it could be. It could be that it could be fatal. Revenge could be fatal. Revenge could be fatal. What we got here? Josephus comedy. We seek the knowledge death will bring without having felt death's sting. A one two, a one two.
Is my mic on? Can I be heard? Can I be
A
heard?
one two, a one two.
Ring ding dong. Ring ding 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 dong.
Big Josephus look like he know where the gas at. He got one of them. You got one of them beds that look like your joint get lost in that bed, man.
Yeah, and like my problem with what Joseph is saying is like they one liners, right? Like and they
We seek the knowledge death will bring. Don't know. It ain't no knowledge that shit you gone. Ain't nobody got nothing to talk about that, Joe. Who talking about that? Who talking about the dead? Who
yeah,
talking
but
about death? Like
yeah, but you know like the only perfection
he
is
said, I got some
yeah, I got some fire.
fire. Yeah, you got hot lines, you got hot fire. You got some
Uh,
balls, baby.
yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah,
Nah,
nah,
but we gonna have fun with this though. We appreciate you for pulling up, Joe, and dropping comments in there, man. We seek the knowledge death will bring without having felt death sting. You know, I mean, you know what? I can find some poetic context in that, to a point where it's like nobody knows the knowledge of death except for that it's just final. And right, I get that. It's a play on one to know what happens, but no, don't nobody know, and there's no answers for that. Um,
and I think people that really want to know the answers to that are crazy, right?
like it's like what's going on in death?
Like, like,
Like you're gonna
like
get there, slow
you're gonna
down.
get this. Slow down. Like you're
Right,
gonna get there.
you're gonna get there,
I
slow
I
down.
want to know today what's gonna happen, but I don't want to die. That's what he said, right?
Yeah, he says it's a play on one to know what happens after all this. Yeah, if anything, I know that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got some banger cigars. Okay, so you be on the cigars. All right. Yep. Well, welcome to the Cigarden Panel. Smoke them if you got them, and we appreciate you for pulling up, Joe, for sure, and chatting with us. Cause this evening we've been speaking about revenge, and right now we are talking about our third question. I don't know. Can seeking revenge lead to personal growth, Joe? Josephus, what you think? Anybody else watching? Personal growth.
I agree with that.
He say we a collection of experiences gathered by time in order for the universe to understand what it actually is.
Gets no chat back on that one, Josephus.
Yeah, man.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's for sure. So I guess Josephus has agreed with us that don't nobody know if it's 2025 or not. That's how you talking. You sound like that. That what you said. Like don't nobody know if it's 2025 or not. We just going with the flow.
Just go with the flow. Whatever choice we got. What other choices do we have to choose from?
What other choices do we
Yeah,
have? Right? Definitely.
yeah. Are they supposed to be getting rid of daylight savings time this year? I think I heard them say.
I promise I'm not keeping up with them getting rid of daylight
See,
savings time.
like what years it gonna be then?
I'm not
Right?
keeping
Like
up with that.
when
You know,
when they do the leap years and they talk about getting rid of the leap years
getting
and
rid of leap years, getting rid of daylight savings. I promise I will not keep up with
stuff.
it. I promise I won't. I promise I wake up on February 28th or 29th and not give a shit. I'm still looking for that 10th. I'm still looking for that. I still got I still got a few birthdays and a few special days in between the 28th or 29th and the 10th. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? That I
yeah,
really look forward to. And then the whole month of March, I have other people that I love to celebrate,
yeah,
that I
you ain't
can
lying.
text and be like, happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday. A lot,
A lot.
a lot.
There's a
You
lot of us. There's a lot of us.
and I'm like, it's crazy when I look at how many March babies I know, you know what I'm saying, like in the same solstice. And it's like, wow, like that's crazy. But I love it. So I look forward to that. I don't give a shit about the 28th or 29th of February. Like whether they take it or remove it. It's crappy for the people who was born on the 29th because then they won't have it, I guess, no more. So They can just celebrate on 28th like they've been doing every other leap year, right? So you already know what you have to do now moving forward. So bad, man. But who is the like who's the ruling authority over taking away leap years and removing daylight, removing setting the clock back or setting the clock forward? Like who says that?
Man, who knows, bro?
And I'm like, it's a good practice.
But it just lets you know that this clock thing, this calendar thing is all made up and just agreed upon. It's not necessarily universal.
Yeah, we see that every every New Year's when it's like when it's like the New Year's is in China different and Dubai different. It's like Hong Kong different. Now they celebrating it. Paris now they celebrating it. Dubai now they celebrating it. Australia now they celebrate. So it's like, come on, how many midnights do you get in one night?
Exactly.
How many midnights can you get in one night on planet Earth? You know. I'm gonna tell you like a bucket thing list. We off topic for a minute, but we about to get back to it, y'all. A bucket thing list would be like to have a private jet and like celebrate in New York and then kind of like fly somewhere else
Fly
or
and
try
catch it
to
again.
yeah, like wherever you could, wherever the first place is to do it, wherever it turned 12
Mm,
first, and then fly somewhere else and celebrate. Like try to get four in one day if it's possible. I haven't mapped it out, so somebody could tell me I sound stupid. I might do, but that would be a cool thing. I always thought like I don't know if I had some money and some money to waste to try to do some
mhm.
shit like that. Like you know what, for New Year's, since nobody know what year it really fucking is, and
It's at the four corners.
right, and it's like 30 different ball drops, you know.
Yeah.
Which I have to say, man, USA, y'all, we gotta step up our fireworks show. Like the ball dropping in New York, man, New York ain't hitting it no more. Because uh man, I seen some of these fireworks. I just was watching some of these fireworks shows, God, that they having for New Year's. Man, some of these things are very extravagant. Like
Mm,
shit I never seen before. Like fireworks shooting down and shit in circles, and I mean, like they very creative across the world with these
hmm.
fireworks shows. Dubai and Hong Kong, they had some fireworks shows for that ass for New Year's for real. That was very impressive. If you a kid, you like to watch shit
Hell
blow
yeah.
up. You know, we like the 4th of July fireworks shows and stuff like that. So that was fun. But just something I observed. Yeah, definitely. Yep. So this evening, y'all, getting back on track. We've been talking about revenge, and we had 3 questions this evening. Our first question was, have you ever plotted or been the target of revenge? And what was the outcome? We exchanged some very good insights on that. Is revenge ever justified, or does it just keep the cycle going? That might be a question at home you want to ask yourself if you're a person who, realize that you might be doing some vengeful shit, some revengeful shit, and do it justified, or are you waiting for that person to respond? You know, and I have to say, ask yourself, because you know it's actions that we could do. We could be initiating an action, and and the response we're unaware of, and it could just be perpetuating the cycle, especially if we initiating it, and revenge is our intent. um our third question was, can seeking revenge lead to personal growth? And we spoke not too deep on it, but we went brief on it, where the acts of revenge you know, unfortunately, consequentially can lead to personal growth. But, just being out here being revengeful,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't
Nah.
know. I don't know how many days you got. I don't know if your days gonna be numbered, you know. So, and I don't know what it looks like when your number's up. It's a whole host of consequences for these things. So let's not just say that, we just assuming when we say your numbers could be called that, that means something tragic, but if it's not beneficial to you and your family, then that shit tragic, because we like winning. So wins usually bring prosperity,
Mm-hmm.
positivity, peace,
Yeah.
you know, progress. And that's what we strive for. So the guy Ali Dawu L at BK Soul Farm is revenge, bad, good, or misunderstood, God.
So it's definitely I'm gonna say it's bad, bro. I'm gonna say it's bad because we started off with the negatives. It impacts you negatively, right? It comes with trauma, right? It's this is a never ending cycle. Um, in the attempt to justify it, it just perpetuates the thing, right? Just and as far as the personal growth, like it's kind of like that whole just showing up, right? It's kind of like only one or two circumstances where it's okay to just show up and not do a damn thing, right? And one of those is a funeral. So think about that, right? Like
Right. It's a funeral, man.
right, like where it's perfectly acceptable for you just to show up and just be a body. Um, so yeah, nah, man. It's revenge is bad. It's so far it's counterproductive, right? It causes more harm than it helps. I think it causes more acid reflux than prevents acid reflux, right? So definitely I would say it's bad. It's not even misunderstood. I think it's just bad. Um, I think what is misunderstood is all the other things that we say instead of revenge, the tit for tats, and all the other phrases and whatnot that we say that make it sound less severe than revenge. I think that's confusing, but it's overall is all bad for me.
Yep. Well, I will agree revenge is bad, and especially to reiterate the last point that you made was tit for tats and the justification of it, and the minimalization of it, saying that you know having not having the full understanding of the word, and then our actions being tit for tat, just being petty. Um, oh, I'm just playing.
I'm just playing. I forgot about that one. I'm just playing.
You know, um, so I get it because we don't know what a person's smack in the face may be. So their response could be that, of vengeful, revenge, because they feel slighted, or just unpleasant, whatever it may be. But definitely it is in American culture, we definitely do participate in revenge and do not identify as that. So these tit for tat things, these little petty things, these little I ain't mean no harm things, sometimes are revenge. So I just challenge everybody to examine that. You got some things you do, you never know. Like we say, we're not the gurus. If you like something, what we say, what we smoking on, pick it up out the ashtray, have a smoke. If not, leave it right here in the kitchen. And we want to thank y'all for joining us this evening. Great conversation as always with the guy Ali Dawul at BKSOLFARM. Make sure to like and share the video. Also subscribe to the channel so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. We want everybody to have a peaceful, positive, and productive start to your week. And we will see you right back here next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern on Cigar Sundays Live. Chef Earl Pearl at DB Chef TV with the guy Ali Dawul at BKSOLFARM. And I am JAZZGARCELLE. We're going to say peace to y'all. Don't miss another episode. Make sure to hit the links in the description. And matter of fact, make sure y'all like the video too. We gotta be adding that. I gotta run that down more. I hate to keep saying it like that, because I would think like liking the video would be something you don't have to tell somebody because it's free. But I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning. So we'll see y'all next Sunday. That's all we got. Peace, God.
Peace, God.
Happy holidays from DB Chef TV. Get dipped in fresh drip with 25 off the entire website from now to January with a huge selection and savings for every Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and Christmas list. Celebrate the holiday with DB Chef TV gifts. Visit www.dbcheftv.com and tap the gift shop link.
This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So BKSOLFARM.com, 1016, 160 self-sustainability. Jump on a list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
Nisha McBride was shot dead at a porch in Dearborn Heights, Michigan. She got into a car accident at around 2:30 a.m. and she started walking around the neighborhood looking for help. She approached one home and knocked on the door, and an unidentified man, police are not releasing his identity yet, was apparently frightened, so he felt the need to protect himself by shooting this 19-year-old girl in the back of her head.
I mean, I wish I never started. Black skin tattoo, so you know I'm a target. Going to the park and shit, got to say a prayer, cause I might scare the toes and quick glances never stare. I move in fear, damn, I meant to say caution. Walking with Jesus, so I guess I'm crosswalking. What is you talking? Racism is here. They smile in my face, but let's keep it sincere, keep it clear. You ain't got to lie. Your limit is space and mine is the sky. They used to get this high. They used to call us slaves. Now they straight killing niggas trying